Hi guys, and welcome to our unboxing of the very cool Gigabyte G1 Sniper 5 gaming motherboard. This motherboard is still very new to market and it is an absolute beast, and I'm really excited to have a look at it. This is my first time looking at it. Guys, this board comes in at around 5,000 Rand, but it's basically set up for your very enthusiastic gamer who's got a lot of money to spend. Okay, so quickly before I get into the details of the board, this is going to be a bit of an extended video because there is so much to talk about. Let's just quickly do the unboxing so you guys can see what comes out inside. Okay, so just want to give you a better view of the box. I hope you guys can see it right there. Okay, so that's the front. Very decent looking packaging. Here's the top, and here's the back for you. As you can see, it's just packed full of features. There's just so much stuff going on in the back there. And you got the sides. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually unbox this bad boy. Okay, sorry if you guys can't see too much from there. This is a really large box. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that thing. Okay, there you go. And that's the packaging inside. Really, it's just great looking. Have a look, a bit closer. Alright, let's open the box. And there we go. Let's just have a look. Pull that out. Alright, so you can see, before we have a closer look at the board, I'm just going to put that out of shot. You can see all the accessories that this board comes stacked with. There's just so much going on here. It's quite ridiculous. Okay, so basically you've got, I think, what is this? Hang on a second. Oh yeah, this is your three-way SLR bridge. You've got your four-way SLR bridge. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's your three-way and your four-way, and your two-way SLR. Okay, and then there should be a Crossfire bridge here somewhere as well. Just want to find that for you. Okay, I'm sure we'll come across it as well at some point. Then there's your Crossfire bridge. Okay, and then you've got your little wireless adapter. This is actually a dual wireless and Bluetooth. Let me take it out of the packet for you. I want to show you something that's quite cool about this. Alright, so although this board does say it comes with wireless and with Bluetooth, Gigabyte don't actually package it on the board, which is quite cool, because if you're a real enthusiast and you kind of just want to use your onboard LAN, which is already really great with this board, and you don't so much need the wireless connectivity, this is just a normal PCIe one-time slot, and you can actually just stick it in another computer that you have, like your media center or just another PC sitting in your house that needs wireless. So it's a really cool feature of that Gigabyte have done with this board. Okay, let's move that aside. Alrighty, I'm just going to unpack this quickly as well for you. Grab that out the way. Okay, so this is your 3.5 inch header, basically for your USB going into the front of your board. Just an extra header for you, USB 3. Really cool. Get rid of that. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3 double packs of SATA 3 cables, so you've got 6 SATA 3 cables altogether. And this is your wireless antenna. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so that's the antenna for your wireless card. It's got a bit of an extension on it too, which is really cool, so you can actually put it up high if you need to. Okay, alright, and then you've got your black input-output I/O shield for the back of your case, and this is just a little USB cable for connecting up your wireless card, I believe. Don't hold me to that, I believe. Okay, this is something that's really cool, and I'll talk about it a bit later. This is an op-amp upgrade kit. I'll show that. I'll speak about that a bit more at a later stage. Okay, and then we've got our G1 Sniper 5 gaming motherboard, just user manual, and the drivers and the wireless drivers. So there's the board drivers and the wireless drivers. and then you've got the manual for the wireless, and your Gigabyte guidebook, and there's a manual correction there as well. Okay, so that's everything there. Alright, so let me just chuck that back in there, and I'll give you a bit more of a rundown of the board in a second. Okay, cool. So, right, some stuff to point out. Let's have a look here. Okay, so you've got, let's have a look at the CPU socket first. Alright, this is the Haswell socket on this board. Let me just get that out there so you can have a look. Okay, so the Haswell socket actually comes gold plated, which is really quite nice, because Haswell is actually not rated for you to be able to pull a CPU in and out too much. The Haswell socket, it doesn't deal too well with that. So with the gold plating, sorry, I'll just leave that. With the gold plating, the gold actually is more malleable, and you can actually have more insertions of CPUs, pulling them out and putting them back in. Okay, and then also you've got your black solid caps running down the side here. These are, can you guys see that? I don't know. Yeah, they're your black solid caps. These guys are rated for 10,000 hours at 105 degrees. Guys, please do not run your boards at 105 degrees. That's just mental. But yeah, it is very highly rated for extra quality. Okay, so next thing that I wanted to show you was the cooling features on this board. Alright, so there are actually, just give me a sec. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Give me a sec. Okay, cool. So, what I wanted to show you was the cooling features on this board. Let's just have a look at this. Okay, so it's really quite interesting because Gigabyte have kind of built in 3 options for you with your cooling. Okay, you see here, you can see a fan. So if you want, you can have active cooling here, but you know, these fans can be quite noisy and they make quite a high pitch whine. Otherwise, you can actually have fully passive cooling on your board. You can see the pipe coming out here, and that's a really nice option as well, unless you're really going crazy with your overclocking. Okay, and then finally, you actually have the option of water cooling as well. You can see these are your pipe holes for your pipes here, connectors at least. So you've got that three different options for your cooling on this board. Really cool. Okay, you've also got your 4 DDR3 slots in dual RAM. Your onboard power and reset switch is this one, and I'm not actually sure what that one is. I'll have to look into that quickly. Okay, yeah. As far as fans go on the board, there's actually 9 fan headers, and 7 of them are fully controllable. So you've got dual fan headers up here, 2 of them for you to have a look at for your CPU. Often people have these really big heat sinks with dual fans, so there is a second fan connector there for you if you want it. And then you've got another fan connector, where is it? I saw it earlier. Oh yeah, right here, for whatever you need. And then also you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 headers down at the bottom of your board for connecting up all your different various cards and fans if you have fans down in the basement of your chassis. Okay, cool. Okay, and then for your gaming side of things, which is really what this board is for, you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 PCI Express slots. They're all generation 3 as far as I read. But together, obviously, you can have 4-way SLI or 4-way Crossfire. It's up to you completely how many boards you want to put in here. And yeah, so then you've got your normal 3 extra PCIe PCI 3 one times or single speed slots as well. Okay, for your other accessories that you might want to plug in here. SATA ports. Let's have a look at this. You've got 10 onboard SATA 3 ports. It's really cool. They're actually color coded. The black ones are for the Intel the Intel chipset, and then the grey ones are for another chipset, which I've now forgotten what it was. Oh yeah, the Marvel chipset. Okay, so you've got 6 coming off the Intel chipset, 4 coming off the Marvel chipset, all SATA 3. Really cool. And networking, let me show you at the back here. You've actually got dual networking cards. You've got the Intel NRC, and then you've got, I think it's the Qualcomm Bigfoot Networks E2200 here as well. So you've got a lot of options there for your networking with dual networking. Okay, and finally, oh no, not even finally, there's still more features to this board. Okay, you've got your USB connections as well. Okay, so here's your header, your USB 3 header. This is one of them. The one with the red background, that one actually is pretty cool because it allows you to have powered USB slots even while the board is off, even while the PC is off. They call it an on-off charge. It supports on-off charging. Okay, and then you've got a second USB 3 header down here if you pull that off, just in case, but that doesn't have the charging features. And then you also have 2 USB 2 headers as well, and then your audio header too. So the audio is quite interesting. I just want to put this down so I can actually show you. I'm going to put the camera a bit closer so you can see. Okay, cool. So this is quite new, well, I suppose kind of new, and what Gigabyte has started doing here, and a lot of other manufacturers have started doing, is actually separating the audio part of the motherboard from the rest of the motherboard. You can actually see when the board powers up, there's a little green LED that runs along here that will show you the boundary of the board and show you the separation, which is quite cool. Okay, so this onboard audio is really quite impressive. You can see the gold-plated Sound Core 3 processor here, well, Sound Core 3D, sorry, and then the gold-plated capacitors as well. Yeah, they're basically all these capacitors. Sorry, they're not gold-plated. That's my bad. They're just audio-grade capacitors as well. So really decent for your sound. One of the really cool features, and I showed you the kit that you got while you're unboxing, and this is for the swappable op amp. Okay, so this over here is your op amp, and this over here is to pull that chip out. You can take that and remove the chip, and you can put in another op amp chip that Gigabyte supply with the board. This isn't really because there's different quality and sound between the two chips. This is more just so that you can personalize your sound a bit better. You can go between the two, or you can buy other ones as well and plug them into the board according to the sound that you like to have coming through your headphones or through your speakers. So it is really just a cool little feature. And then the audio inputs or outputs are actually gold plated as well. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you guys the final bit of the board, which is all the I/O ports as well. Okay, so starting at the top, we've got the dual PS2 connector, which is quite cool. They still put those on. You've got your 2 USB 2 connectors. You got your digital audio out. You got your HDMI and HDMI connectors, a dual HDMI display port, your first 2 USB 3 connectors, and your dual LAN and 4 more USB 3 ports, and then your gold-plated audio outs and your optical outs as well. All some really cool features that you've got on this board. Guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about this board. It is extremely expensive, and therefore only really recommended to people that are using or are building high-spec gaming rigs. We wouldn't recommend this to any entry-level user. Thanks very much for watching, and please subscribe under the video. Cheers.